Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Faiz Bizamri, and I will give an introduction to all of you regarding the development of Islamic finance in Malaysia. Um, First, at present, there are more than 300 Islamic financial institutions operating in 75 countries across the globe. The Asia Banker Research Group reported that an asset, uh, an annual asset growth rate of the world's 100 largest Islamic bank is about 25% per annum, and while the total global Islamic finance industry is growing at about 20% annually. So, in Malaysia, the evolution of Islamic finance began in 1969 with the establishment of Lembaga Urusan Tabung Haji, with its first Islamic bank, Bank Islam Malaysia Berhad, which is started their operation in 1983, 1st July. So after tremendous achievement and tremendous expansion of the Islamic finance in Malaysia, the Bank Negara Malaysia has approved other conventional banks to conduct their Islamic banking business through the Islamic banking windows. So with this various of Islamic banking competitors, Islamic banking product, the world saw the first Islamic money market come in Malaysia in early 1994. So this is quite a very large achievement made by the Islamic financial industry. So with this, the first money market, Islamic money market, it is proved that the Islamic banking industry is very important in the world nowadays. So there are many events occurred in Malaysia during the expansion and the development of the Islamic finance in Malaysia. It is occurred within the period of 1969, between 1969 and also 2007. There is also the financial framework for this Islamic banking and finance in Malaysia. They are divided by four categories, which is banking. First is banking sector. Second is the non-financial institutions. Third, the capital market, and the last one is commodity market.
Okay, concept of Islamic finance. Islamic finance refer to a financial system that comply with Sharia. Sharia laws ensure that there is no unfair transaction should take place. So the first one is the riba, which is the interest or usury. Riba is excess, addition, or increase. It is an excess compensation or on unjustified return in a lending, borrowing, or sale transactions. So the common example is of riba is taking loan from the commercial bank. So the bank will give the loan, and the borrower have to repay the loan at a later date with a percentage increase over the original amount. Islam prohibit riba as stated in the Al-Quran, Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 278 and 279. Riba is prohibited because there is an element of injustice in the transactions. Exchange of asset also could lead to the riba. For example, party A exchange 2 kilo of salt with the party B that exchange with 3 kilo of salt. So the extra of 1 kilo of salt, if is riba. So the good exchange must be same type, amount, weight, and quality. So this next one is maisir or gambling. All transaction of Islamic banking must free from the element of gambling or maisir. Maisir is a game of chance. So the gambling is seen as an action that always enrich one party at the expenses of the other, unknown as a zero-sum game.
Let's proceed to the next concept of Islamic finance, which is ghara. Ghara is uncertainty. Uncertainty refers to any ambiguous or doubtful element in a contract. For example, if Acham takes a 100,000 loan from the bank and the bank charges him 2% above the base lending rate, the margin of 2% is certain, but the base lending rate is not certain as it can move up or down. Any uncertainty is not permissible to be part of an agreement as it will make the agreement to be invalid. Islamic finance should be free from ghara because ghara might lead to disputes caused by an unjustified term in the contract arising from the misrepresentation and fraud. Okay, the last concept of Islamic finance is production and distribution of non-halal or unlawful goods and services. Islamic finance should not engage in any activities related to unlawful or non-halal goods and services. For example, pork, non-slaughtered animals, intoxicating or alcoholic drinks, tobacco-related products, pornography, and weapons, among others. Investment should only support practices or products that are not forbidden by Islam. Transactions are not only limited to selling and buying activities, but also takes in all chains of production and distribution like marketing, packaging, transporting, and many more. This implies that for a finance house to be able to trade under the banner of Islamic finance, its customers would have to be not linked to any of the above.
So now, we would like to explain the challenges in the Islamic finance in Malaysia. There are considerable challenges and constraints need to be faced by the Islamic financial services industry in order to secure a promising future in this industry, such as public perceptions, standardizations and harmonizations, liquidity management risks, legal framework, and human resources issues. So the first one is public perceptions. There are negative perceptions about Islam and Islamic finance around the world due to the ignorance and misrepresentation. In Malaysia specifically, penetration of Islamic financial industry is low due to the lack of awareness and perception toward Islamic financial products and services. The research conducted by the Bursa Malaysia in 2009 found that there were lack of awareness in potential investors in Islamic stock market in Malaysia. Second challenges in Islamic finance in Malaysia is standardizations and harmonizations. Given the natures of the Islamic law which accommodate for different interpretation, Islamic finance is subject to different interpretations which lead to a different practice and use of concept across jurisdictions. This may impede the growth of internationalizations of Islamic finance since certain products may not be accepted in some jurisdictions but not in the others. Therefore, there is a call for harmonizations, standardizations, and mature recognitions of Sharia views so that the legal uncertainty and the degree of Sharia non-compliance risk may be mitigated.
So now I will proceed with another challenges in Islamic finance. Liquidity management risk is another challenges of Islamic finance. In managing liquidity, pricing risk and allocating credit, the key player is interest rate. Given that in Sharia principle, there is no riba, which is interest rate, the Islamic bank is facing greater management risk than the similar size of conventional bank. This is due to the needs of holding higher level of liquidity, which leads to negative effect to compete. Furthermore, due to the scarcity of Sharia compliance, liquidity instruments and infrastructure may also increase liquidity risk. Therefore, there is a need of risk analysis and risk management tools to provide agents with hedging instruments to hedge against the high volatility in currency and commodity markets. Next is legal framework. Existing Islamic banking regulations are based on conventional banking model. Some products and services of Islamic banking are considered valid from the legal perspective, but their practice are similar to the conventional banking in terms of pricing and interest rate benchmarking. In practice, the contemporary Islamic banks finance focus more on popular product but debt financing with risk-free principle, whereas it is supposed to focus on risk-sharing, mudharabah and musyarakah based on profit and loss sharing principle. Therefore, there is a need to strengthen the development of Sharia legal system that offer better social value and uphold the risk-sharing spirit in Islamic finance. Last but not least is human capital issue. Highly dedicated and qualified human resources undoubtedly play a vital role for the development and success of any organization. In this regard, Islamic financial industry requires a specific set of competency and skills such as Sharia understanding and market insight. The research carried out by the Capital Market Regulators Forum found that 82% of the countries which responded experienced scarcity of talent in the Islamic financial services areas such as Sharia and Takaful. The study also revealed another 60% of Islamic finance professionals require further training and skills development. The shortage of talent in Islamic finance poses a significant impact on the industry as it will affect the growth of Islamic finance. At the expert level, there is a significant shortage of qualified Sharia scholars equipped with necessary knowledge and expertise in the fields of Islamic finance. So that's all from us.